Hello there, welcome to the channel, welcome back perhaps. So we are once again diving into some preparatory stuff for a performance that we'll be doing this weekend with our new smaller pedal board to be more portable, and we are perhaps biting off more than we can chew tonight. We will see. Maybe this will require 2 nights work, but we are here with the Grand Canyon, which is a serious fucking Swiss Army knife of a pedal. Might not have the high sound quality that you might get from certain delay pedals. One is thinking mainly of Meris and Strymon, and maybe the Walrus stuff. But it's what we have. We like it. As you can see, it's pretty well used here. And it also does stereo, and our new our setup here is stereo, which we do plan to apply to our big pedal board eventually. But for now, that's what we're going to hear. Quick walk through the signal chain. We've got our samples in our Wally Plus looper. That's going through the float channel, and then that's going into our bass brassmaster fuzz, which we were working on last night. We've chosen a sound which is somewhat more, or I should say less aggressive. Some of the more aggressive ones we were getting a certain clicking effect from the fuzz being repeated through the delay that while we welcome it in live performance, we want to work without it. Maybe we'll play around with that a little bit later. But when I say I'm going to be possibly biting off more than it might be possible to chew, what I want to try and do is use the memory function, the presets that it's possible to do with the Grand Canyon, another of its many Swiss Army blades. And I want to try and make one for each of the different types. So we're going to be doing this as quickly as we can. Maybe that will not be very quickly, maybe it will, but basically this is also to put pressure on ourselves to be a little bit less fussy. Is pernickety a word? Anyway, let's have a quick listen to the samples that we're going to use with and without the fuzz. So this is the contrabass just playing the 3rd and 4th highest C's that it is capable of, and then we'll do it with and without fuzz. And then there's another sample that we're going to be using, which is the 2nd and very lowest C that it will give us. So here we go. Nice, and a lot of space there for the delay to work. Fuzz. Okay. Now we are going back to the low notes. Here we go. Let's hear this extra low one. Yeah, you're definitely hearing the difference in those octaves. The worry that we had when we weren't getting enough of the dry signal with the behringer fuzz was that we would lose some of that low end there, but it does not seem to be a problem. Okay, let's dive in. So our first delay that we've got here is a digital delay with a filter and bit crushing. So counterclockwise for a low pass, and clockwise from noon for a high pass. So let's set that to a neutral position. Bit crusher, counterclockwise from noon, produces sample rate reduction. Counterclockwise sample rate reduction. 2-bit resolution. Okay, so we'll leave both of these at noon, and then we'll see what we like. I think probably the best thing to do is start with the bit crushing, and then the other stuff. Okay, then the filter. Okay, so it is on. Okay, bringing the volume down. That's super cool. This direction now. Okay, I'm more tempted by that side of things than I am by the other side, although the other side is super cool. That said though, both sides are super cool. Let's go to this side again. Yeah, it's super cool, but I'm more tempted by this side, I think, as a quick. That's really super cool. Not as noticeable as up high. Could be some. Take off some of that low end. That's quite nice. Turn it all up. Okay. Oof, that's very nice. I don't think we're going to... Yep, I think that's what we're going to go with. I think we want it. Yeah, seeing as this is a doomy ambient. A little bit of that filter. There we go. Okay, we are going to take that down the octave now and see what kind of effect we get with the two notes. Very satisfactory. Okay, now to save it. Oh, by the way, you've probably noticed that we have the ping pong effect there, so we are getting those lovely ping ponging delays there. Initially, just as a little note, we had the hedra in this position, which is rhythmically way more subtle and interesting in a sophisticated way, but yeah, the Grand Canyon won out for the simple breadth of variety. That said, who knows when the hedra might come back in. Okay, let's save that setting. Okay, and we move into a multi-tap delay. No, hold on, I'm sorry, mod we're in now. Mod, same digital delay as the echo, but basic modulation parameters. Okay, so we're not looking at anything too different here. So rate and depth. Gives us an idea of what depth we're kind of. Let's go for something a bit more subtle. Ooh, that's nice and sloshy. Or we can go for fast. Okay, this can get. Okay, but this is a bit crazy. This is another option, is to go crazy with it. I think we're gonna go for something a bit more subtle, but faster than we were doing. Yes, there we go. There we go, doing a bit more depth to that modulation. That has a nice quality to it. I think I want a little bit more delay tone. Or not. Yes, okay. Let's take it to the low register and see. Modulation, you have noticed, often appears less. It's less noticeable, it's less visible when it's in these low registers. So worth a check. Yeah, maybe we do want a bit more depth there. Yeah, maybe shorter delay time. Maybe it was okay where it was. Okay, let's take it back up to the previous and make sure that we're not. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Smidge more feedback, slightly lower volume. Yes. Okay. Lovely. Let's save that. And then move on. Let's go back to this and enter that mode and just check that we're doing this right. Very nice. Okay. Next we are on a multi-tap delay, where the feedback knob sets the exact number of echo repeats from 1 to 31. Okay, this is that one. Shorter delay times allow for a maximum of 31 repeats. Very long delays. Okay, so we have a filter here, the same as before, where we've got both a low pass and a high pass available. Let's go out of okay, and that's set neutrally. This one is the fade in time. Now this, I think we want to we definitely want it to swell in, so let's just dive in. Let's see where this goes. I'm seeing this as a slower one again, I think. Bit of a faster swell. Okay, we want all of the repeats in there. Okay. Yeah, I'm not feeling this slower tempo. There we go. A smidge more. Okay. There we go. Yes, there we go. Using the delay level to taper that, swell a little bit too. Okay, now let's have a think about the filter. Okay, this is at like, excuse me, let's get that hair off there, yuck. Let's take off that swell. And we're gonna ooh, that's quite nice. Maybe what I'm going to do is take us to the lower thing. I think that'll give us a better idea of what kind of filtering we do. Okay, yes. Plus with the fade in, the swell in. Okay, proving to be a little tricky. Oh, that's quite interesting. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think I do want a bit of a faster swell. I wanted to start from less, that's the trouble. Okay. Okay, I think we've got it. Yes. Okay, I think I'm satisfied with that. Now, let's save that. Okay. Now we are going to move on to our next one. This is a reverse delay, an intelligent reverse delay that studies your playing to produce reverse echoes that best suit your delay time setting. The sensitivity knob adjusts the threshold for an intelligent pluck detection algorithm. As you turn clockwise, your plucks are detected more readily. In the minimum position, only loud notes will be detected. The reverse LED blinks each time a valid pluck. Okay, mod depth. Okay, that's so basically, okay, so we've got a modulation. Okay, let's dive in. So we would want that there for now, and mod okay, fully counterclockwise. Okay, this is set as neutrally as possible right now. Okay, let's see how this sounds. Let's back up. Ooh, that's very nice. I mean, even at maximum or minimum sensitivity, even at minimum sensitivity, it's picking up the fuzz. So I think that we can just leave it there. It's a very nice effect. Let's give it some more delay time to breathe, maybe. It's a bit like a frog. Okay, that's, it's like a kind of tape modulation. Sorry, that's the sensitivity. With sensitivity, we're changing. It's very nice. Can't help but wonder how this will respond to. That's the fable that we brought in there with some granular. Yeah, this doesn't seem to be making that much difference in terms of sensitivity. Okay. Even though it was registering more. I quite like that. Yeah, I think I like that at that slightly higher volume. Even slower still, maybe? Like, with some reverb, that'll be nice, maybe. strangely. Oh, that's cool. Very slow there. It's a bit too much. Okay, no delay. No modulation. Maybe that delay time is just a little bit too. All the modulation. Yeah, a little too much. Okay, we'll dial that back just a little. Let's see if the sensitivity knob all the way sensitive makes a difference. It doesn't seem to. Okay, let's try with our low notes. Tame that modulation just a little there. Definitely something that needs reverb. Maybe a bit more feedback. Yep, I'm into it. Okay, that brings us a third of the way done. Let's save that. And then turn that off and go here. We are in now Deluxe Memory Man territory, which is a faithful emulation of the EHX Deluxe Memory Man, expertly reproducing the beloved tone. It's a Bucket Brigade analog delay. Okay, and organic echoes transform as they repeat, with modulation ranging from lush to subtle, to oceanic. Lush modulation from subtle to oceanic. Well, there it's. I'm sold. Let's try it. So this one will also oscillate. So like it will be an infinite repeat, which is apparently something that the Deluxe Memory Man was known for. Let us begin. Let's just get a very basic idea of what we're dealing with here. Probably need such long repeats. Are we back about? Here we go. Higher. really very pretty, just on its own. Oh, sorry, reverb off. Yeah, there's something very pretty about that. Do we want modulation? I don't think we need modulation. Ha ha ha. I think I like it just as it is. It's very cute. And that has a lovely attack to it. Yeah, just the quality of it is lovely. I mean, maybe a little bit of movement to... Yeah, that's very pleasant too. So... yeah, I don't think we really want more than a little bit. Yeah, that's a nice one. Okay, what's this famous feedback control? Yep, let's try our lower sample. Yeah, beautiful. Nice fat squelchy. I like that tempo as well. Do we want it a bit faster maybe? Let's try. Yeah, okay, back to our original sample. Beautiful. Okay, let's save that. And move on to the next one, which is a tape delay. And this is number 6, which takes us halfway. I think maybe we deserve a little break after this one. Okay, so we have distortion and flutter. Let's have a little bit more space on these guys, I think. We want a bit more volume as well to pick up more of the tone. Let's start with that anyway. I think we're losing a bit of the low end with the distortion. It's a pleasant brassy quality, but okay, I'm liking the longer delay times, I think. Let's turn them. Too much of this flutter is not really. Okay, that's a lot of feedback. Let me turn that back just a smidge there. Let's get rid of that entirely. Okay, now we'll try our low samples. Yeah. It's just a smidge low. Yeah. Okay, let's save that guy. And we are halfway. Let's take a little bit of a break. I'm going to do that. And I think that what I'm going to do is make that a little bit of an ending there for a two-parter. So, thank you for sticking around. Stick around for part 2, please. Hope this has been interesting and enjoyable for you as a little explication of the Grand Canyon. And we will be back for more of this in the near future. Next up, we've got reverb and some pitch and delay. So, exciting stuff. And until the next one, take care.